Donald Trump is at Singapore's Government House talking with the country's leader Lee Hsien Loong. The two leaders were scheduled to meet one-on-one before an expanded working lunch with aides. Earlier, North Korean state media confirmed that Kim Jong-un will discuss denuclearization with Mr. Trump at their Singapore summit. Image: the motorcade transporting Mr. Trump heads to the Istana, the official residence of the Singaporean PM. Image: people watch as Mr. Trump's motorcade drives towards to the Istana. KCNA said the pair would discuss a permanent and durable peacekeeping mechanism on the Korean peninsula and other issues of mutual concern. The report also said Mr. Kim was accompanied by his Foreign Minister Ri Yong-ho, Defense Minister No Kwang-chul and his sister Kim Yo-jong. Kim doesn't want aid, he wants investment. 029 video, Trump meets Singapore PM. Both parties have arrived in Singapore ahead of a historic coming together of Washington and Pyongyang. The talks will be the first between a U.S. and North Korean leader and will mark a sharp turnaround in the status of Mr. Kim from international pariah to global player. Just a few months ago, he and Mr. Trump had been at loggerheads, trading insults and threats over Pyongyang's nuclear missile program. 038 video, I'll know within a minute if Kim's serious. Asked by a reporter how he was feeling about the summit after touching down, Mr. Trump said, very good. Mr. Trump arrived aboard Air Force One just a few hours after Mr. Kim, who has only publicly left his country 3 times since taking power in 2011. Your guide to the Trump-Kim summit. Image: Kim Jong-un and Mr. Trump have both arrived in Singapore ahead of the summit. 216 video, what does Kim Jong-un actually want? His visit to Singapore is his longest trip overseas as head of state. Mr. Kim met Singapore's PM shortly after landing and said Singapore's role would be recorded in history if the summit is a success. Trump-Kim summit deal has an outside chance. 047 video, Trump arrives in Singapore for Kim summit. Mr. Trump has said he will know within a minute if the North Korean leader is serious, and soon after his arrival in Singapore, he wrote on Twitter, great to be in Singapore, excitement in the air. The White House has claimed credit for bringing Mr. Kim to the table through a concerted campaign of tough economic sanctions, diplomatic efforts and the threat of military action. Analysts believe Mr. Kim's engagement is aimed at getting the U.S. to ease crippling sanctions that have squeezed his poverty-stricken country. 257 video, how will fiery Trump and Kim get along? He will also see a victory in having secured recognition and a seat at the negotiating table with the head of the world's leading superpower. The on-off nature of the meeting means Singapore, which was chosen due to its history of holding high-profile summits and because it is seen as a secure location, has had just 2 full weeks to prepare. The U.S. president flew there from a fractious G7 summit, which he threw into disarray after leaving by pulling out of an agreed communiqué and accusing Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of being dishonest and weak.